Cortney, Hendrickson, Spring Garden Township. Madam President, I just noticed on the agenda tonight that the comments weren't on there. Is there would you be willing to clarify why they did not make any of the comments on the agenda? Why they weren't printed?
I can't answer that.
Who can? Or is there a communication person? I think Mrs. Turner one time addressed that. Is there somebody who handled tonight's that's willing to speak up?
As far as I know, they're online for visibility. I'm not. Are they normally? I mean, I can't. I don't know the answer to that. I don't know.
Well, let me clarify for
the copy that you received did not have them. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, unless somebody else is, maybe they'll clarify if I'm the only one missing it. But I ask you because the one time I understood that mine didn't make it, and I appreciated that. I think it was Mrs. Turner suggested that that was because mine came in after. But there were many people who wrote yesterday on the 12th. Many people commented on the 13th, and they were 11 o'clock, noon. So to me, somebody dropped the ball. And again, I'm just asking, who is it that either A, allowed the comments to slip through the cracks this time? And is there some reason we can't be transparent about that as well?
I simply don't know the answer. I don't know if it's the kind of thing that is just an oversight.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Again, apparently nobody sitting around the table is cognizant of when they were printed off and why they weren't on there. I can't help you on that, but okay. I do know that they are available online.
Sure. Yeah.
And that's at the end of the day, I think what's most important is so they're readily visible for all to see.
Well, the only reason I would bring it to your attention is that you've had many members of your community tell you they don't even have online access, or they're not able to find it as easily. They feel like they're on a little goose chase. So I say that to you because, like I said, it would certainly make sense if somebody writes after your deadline, you can't print theirs. But I think that the public does deserve an answer as to who specifically dropped that ball. And maybe that's the communication piece there could be improved.
And we can dig deeper, but the comments are not part of the agenda. So, I mean, I think that was a piece of it. So we'll get some information back. Yeah.
Okay. Well, and maybe just to understand if there's is that just at your discretion that you can say, hey, let's remove these this time, but sometimes you're having them only because people would feel, again, they're not looking online. They're thinking they're coming in for tonight's agenda to see them. So I just respectfully request that there's some consistency there and that you would provide that to me, or obviously.
I think that's fair. I just simply don't have an answer, but administration has said we'll get back to you.
I appreciate it. That's great. Thank you. And it honestly is more for the people I have online access. I did see them. I was able to read them. But like I said, I knew the last time it was my mistake that mine didn't make it, but I appreciate you getting back to me. I'll thank you in advance. The other part I want to just mention, if we have a few more minutes here, I just would like to point out, Madam President, that when I asked you to clarify the PSBA recommendations for the changes to Policy 903 versus which ones were local, meaning somebody, either administration or the board, I guess I really truly don't understand why that can't be answered, because I think did you reference that it wasn't on tonight's agenda?
Well, it isn't. I don't have it in front of me. I can't give it to you if I don't have it.
Okay. Now, it was on the agenda last time because that
1 minute left.
That was the first read. And I think Mr. Sanders asked that question, and it was only said some were local, some were PSBA directed. So I look forward to that clarification. I think it's really imperative that the public knows which ones were suggested locally, meaning by this administration or the board.
Your point's been made, and we'll get back to you with that information.
Fantastic. And the last thing I would like to say for the benefit of the public is they have repeatedly asked you for a town hall. It's becoming very, very frustrating is not the right word, to hear them ask you and then to say that they provided a report. They didn't want they want the report, but the people who have come here time after time are saying, we want to have a real dialogue. This isn't a real dialogue when most of the time you're kind enough to answer me tonight, and I appreciate that. to at least say you'll even get back to me. But most times people are just staring at people. They want to have a real dialogue. So again, for the benefit of all those people that have asked you, I respectfully ask for the town hall for the YS residents. Thank you.